These are the B X Cherry Casino playing cards. The front of the tuck box says number 92 Cherry Casino and B playing cards. Both long edges are going to say Cherry Casino. On the bottom you'll get some ad copy. The top says standard size number 92 and the back says B Cherry Casino since 2023 collab special. You'll get a standard USPCC tuck seal. The large inner tuck flap has some more ad copy and there's nothing on the inside of the tuck box. This back design is absolutely stunning. It's a borderless B playing cards deck, but it also has the Cherry Casino swoosh and cherries in the corners. And personally, I got the blue edition just because of the contrast between the blue and the red. And since it is a borderless deck, you're going to have a nice cigar band go all the way around when fanning. But most of all, this deck is perfect for sleight of hand. Doing things like a second deal with this deck of playing cards is going to be almost impossible to catch. But there's more magic tools in this deck than just that. So let's get to the faces. When it comes to your number cards, they're going to be USPCC standard, so nothing extra crazy there. Same goes for your 3 aces and for your court cards as well. Now on to the semi-duplicate jokers where you have a girl holding both a cherry and a B. You get not 1 but actually 2 extra cards. The first one is a double backer and the other one is a blank card, both of which are fantastic for magic tricks. And last but not least, your B and Cherry Casino collaboration special deck, Ace of Spades. Now just because this deck looks beautiful does not mean it handles well, so let's see if it can Pharaoh from bottom to top, and oh my word, that was so easy. Now some decks will Pharaoh easier one way than the other, and this is apparently not one of those decks. That was stunningly easy. But how is this deck actually going to feel in your hands? Does it just look good? Well, first let's start with the finish, which is the coating that goes on the backs of the cards and on the faces of the cards to see if they're going to glide well. That way when you do things like fanning, it's going to glide super easily, and there's absolutely no issues with the finish on this deck whatsoever. When it comes to the stock of these playing cards, they are going to be a bit thicker than a normal deck of playing cards. Both B playing cards and Cherry Casino playing cards were made on a premium stock or B stock, hence the name, which is the thicker paper that they use. So if you like decks that are thicker than a normal deck of cards, then this is for you. And lastly, when it comes to the feel of the deck of playing cards, there's a couple of different ways that I can measure that. One is this snappy decks, and then there's buttery decks. So snappy decks are more for things like ATM, which would look like this, where it requires a little bit less malleability. Or of course you can do something like Legalove, which is more just fun for me to do. And the other move that I like to do with snappy decks is backdrop, which looks like that. So it requires less malleability. More malleability is what I call buttery decks. And I do things like the card spring. Or the other move that I like to do would be under pressure, which looks like this. So clearly both of those are going to look super easy, which is why I think this deck is a little bit farther toward buttery than snappy. And I'll admit it, this deck of playing cards is incredible, and if you like these playing cards as much as I do, comment the word cherry in the comments below. But there are other decks for both cardistry and sleight of hand that I like to use instead of this deck, even though it is definitely in my top 10. And if you want to know what those 2 decks are, comment below and I will let you know. Subscribe for more deck reviews just like that one. You can pick up the cards right here and check out another video there. Subscribe for more deck reviews just like this one, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. This is CPM, signing off.